William, what are you doing?
Judy, I'm working on Evening of Lights.
William, you don't have to do anything, and we'll explain more next on Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time. We are at the Al's in Wilsonville, one of the 4 Al's locations getting ready for their Evening of Lights.
And later on in the show, Judy is going to be talking to Mark about this wonderful annual event.
And also coming up in the show today, we'll be showing you how to grow chrysanthemums.
But coming up first, how to grow clematis from seed. Well, I am so delighted to be here in the display gardens at the Rogerson Clematis Gardens, and I'm here with Linda Butler. And Linda, we are going to be talking about the seeds of clematis, which honestly, this is new to me. And so we're out here now, but I'm seeing this plant right here has little bags all over it.
Right.
Is that part of the process?
Yeah, so people see these little heads, seed heads. Clematis don't have an enclosed ovary. They're, everything's just hanging out there. And so these seed tails that look so silky are eventually going to puff out, and the wind will spread the seed, or somebody walking by with a sweater will bump them and it'll cling on. But this particular variety, Clematis texensis, we're not sure about how self-pollinating it is. We know that the hummingbirds can get to it. So we have these wonderful little tool bags that our volunteers make to hang on to that seed. We bag them when it's in flower. We kind of rub them together so that we think its own pollen is getting on itself.
And then what's that? What? That's different.
Yeah,
why?
Yeah. I watched a hummingbird one afternoon all over a blue herbaceous perennial clematis, which is distantly related to this.
Right.
And then it came over here to that flower. And that little bird its whole forehead was just covered with pollen. So we came right over here.
Because something could happen. There could be a crossing.
Okay. Cousins could marry.
Okay.
And so I want to watch that seed.
Right. You want to really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Now, I've been through the gardens. I've seen a couple of other places where this is happening. That's a difference or the same process?
Yeah. So some of them have smaller seeds. Some of them have longer seed tails. That's very silky. This to me looks more like Bouffant Barbie, whereas for those who know. And so there's a lot of variation in clematis seed size, in whether there's a tail or not, how big that is.
And for the need of science itself, what you're looking for is purity and getting the systems right and making sure there's nothing going on.
Right. When we sell Clematis texensis, we flower it first so we know it's right. And in fact, that's true of all the species that we sell.
Right, and that's why I love shopping here for clematis. Now, also though, why don't we go inside, and you're going to give me a few steps of the process of how you go through the seeds and what you do to get them to grow.
Right.
Okay, let's take this little walk and do that. Okay, Linda, so now we're in the greenhouse here, and we're going to go through the steps of the seed collecting process.
Right.
There's 3 bags here. Tell me what the difference is.
So these are teeny tiny seeds from Clematis pogonandra, and we still have the tails on. This is Clematis manchurica. It's already been cleaned by the volunteers, and you'll notice we have the desiccant packets in there, so
for removal of moisture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want them to rot. And this is Clematis viticella, which the volunteers really love because it doesn't have any tail.
So no taking that off.
No taking that off. So very easy peasy. Now these are seeds that we collected in the rain. So we brought it, but they were starting to disperse. They're starting to come apart. And so we, needed to go out and grab them. But these still have the tails on. And one of the easy things to do is, while it's still on the stem like this, to go along, and just cut it off while they're still attached.
So then they let go of eventually the wind carries, much like, what are the stupid little yellow weeds that we mow in our lawn? Yes, they're like that.
Yeah, so you can see the big seeds there, and then you had some non-viable seeds that don't, where there's just nothing going on. There's one viable seed, and the rest of that didn't get pollinated.
Okay.
So sometimes with the big seeds, the bigger seeds, we wouldn't do it with these little guys. We soak them. So we've got seed that's floating that probably isn't viable.
Right, right.
And the reason we soak them is so they germinate faster. So let me fish one out of here. The ones that that have fallen to the bottom are probably heavier and viable. This makes the difference between a seed that will start in, say, 3 months to a seed that might take 2 years to start.
Wow, wow.
So we have just given that one a little speed up.
So there's so much to know about this that I don't think we average gardeners would know. So you get it to that
So
point.
you take a class.
Well,
with us, and you'll leave the class with a bunch of baggies. The seeds will start in the baggie. Once you see a couple inches of root, you fish it out of there. You put it into a little 2-inch pot with some grit on the top to prevent damping off.
and there it goes.
And there you go.
Well, here's what I know. I think all of your questions can easily be answered if you come to this class and you're saying, but when is it? All you have to do, go to gardentime.tv. We'll pick you over to their website, find it out, bring it in, and just really learn a lot about the beautiful clematis. My friend, thank you so much. It is always fascinating chatting with you.
Thank you. Glad you could come.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Is your garden in need of refreshment? Hi, I'm Sarah, and there are plenty of things in bloom at Portland Nursery. Come check out our beautiful fall color to perk up your garden. At Portland Nursery, we consider fall the second season, and the gardening opportunities are endless. Establish next year's trees, replace lettuce and greens, or get a jump on onions and garlic. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, on 50th and Stark and 90th and Division, or at portlandnursery.com.
Take the hard work out of yard work with the amazing new leaf hopper. It's so lightweight and easy to use, and it goes where wheelbarrows can't. Simply fill, then fold, then funnel into yard containers or compost bags. It's perfect for carrying leaves, twigs, branches, and more. Use the leaf hopper to add mulch or gravel in no time. Get your leaf hopper today online at easyhaultarp.com. That's easyhaultarp.com.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
Well, Halloween is over, and it is time to go on to the next holidays. I'm with Mark Biggie at Al's Garden and Home in Wilsonville, and so Mark, you guys are ready for Christmas.
We are. Our elves have been working. It's taken them a long time, a lot of work, but the stores look spectacular this year.
They sure do, and it's like every one of your stores has many different themes of Christmas trees and all kinds of decorations.
Yeah, they have really gone over the top this year. I think they're just spectacular. It's the best that I've seen them do.
Oh, wow, that's really something to say.
Yeah.
And we can't be remiss about talking about poinsettias that'll be at the store soon.
That's right. They are coming in. They'll all, at each store, they'll be ready for the Evening of Lights. They're not there quite yet, but they'll be fully decked out by the Evening of Lights.
But we need to talk about some of the varieties that we have pulled here.
Yeah, so these are some great varieties. We tried to pull some that were just a little bit different. Of course, we have Christmas Cheer. That's a wonderful bright red, great deep dark leaves. The green against the red contrast is beautiful. It's a real good standard red.
And Mark, this isn't the only red that you carry.
No, we have several reds. This is just one. We actually grow about 12 varieties of red alone.
That is amazing. And then what are the other ones?
So these are neat. This one is ice crystals. We've grown this
Pretty.
one for a few years, but it's been real popular. The variegation in the leaf there is
Very
just
nice.
spectacular. And of course, this one is brand new this year.
Wow.
This is Candy Wintergreen.
It's so pretty. It's kind of chartreusey.
It is, and it's whites and poinsettias aren't true whites. This is a little hybrid where this is kind of a yellow and offset against those green leaves is just spectacular.
Nice. And you know, this would almost be like a pre-poinsettia. Before we get into the holidays, it'd be kind of, this one would be nice with all of your other houseplants in your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. And so I know that you have some big events coming up. So what are all those?
We do. So we have what we call our Evening of Lights, and we have it at each store, and it's basically the kickoff to our Christmas season. And so we get all the stores are totally decked out. We'll have the points out there, and there's just people are invited to come in. We have live music playing. We have food people can sample. Of course, our ice apples will be there.
Oh, that's always a hit. Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's great.
And you know, Mrs. Claus has been there for many years, and we've got a lot of requests. People have asked, well, where's Santa Claus? And so this year, Santa Claus is actually going to be at each of our stores.
That's really something special, because we get a lot of families that come in to see your garden
That's
centers.
right. And this year, they can say hi to Mr. Claus.
Oh, wow, that is cool. And Mark, really, this is the kickoff of all the decorating and all getting ready for our own homes.
That's right. Not only can you buy all the ornaments that we have, but it's also a great opportunity to pre-order your Christmas trees. Plus, we'll have wreaths out there. You can take a look at those. You can buy them then, or you can also pre-order those.
And Mark, what else can people expect to see?
Well, of course, we set up a little miniature train every year. So each store has their own train set up. It's a little bit different at each store. So that's kind of fun. We have a great discount that's offered. So it's 20% off. At the store of the event. And this year, instead of just having it during the event hours, it's actually 20% off all day.
Wow.
So that's new for this year as well.
That is nice, because sometimes people want to come early, you know, they want to kind of get the best things.
Yep, they do. And another neat thing is we have them on 4 different days. And so people can go to all 4 if they want. We've had some customers do that. It's because each store has its own personality.
Sure.
Each event's a little bit different. And so it's fun to experience each of those.
And it's the holiday season, so why not have 4 parties?
That's right. What's better than one party for?
And then where can we find out all that information?
So of course you can go to our website. The address is www.als-gardencenter.com, and we have all that listed for each of the stores.
Well, you know, it's 4 parties spread out over 2 weeks. So really go to gardentime.tv. You can click over to the Owls website and get all that information, gather the friends and family, and go have a party. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Judy.
Well, it is a great delight for us to be out here at Little Prince, and of course I'm with Ryan Seeley. And Ryan, today our plant pick, we're going to be talking about what, you know, when I was first starting in this industry, the Haworthias were just one plant, just a green, beautiful plant, like this one kind of right here.
Right.
But there's been an expansion.
There has been. There's been, you know, a huge growth, you know, especially with all the succulent craze over the last many years. Haworthias, which are all of these little guys, are all a Haworthia, have all kind of, you know, they've been bred and changed, and more new ones that have been found all the time, that they're all starting to look, they used to look kind of the same, and now they're getting some really cool markings and classifications.
Certainly, even in this selection right here, there are some obvious differences.
There are. So what, you know, started out as you used to get a lot of them with just the kind of the stripings on the different bands. You're getting them now with, you know, the different spotting on the leaves, or getting some, you know, even look like this one. It looks like, you know, crocodile skin,
and
or just
even some color variation.
There is, right.
On.
This is going from kind of the burgundies to the greens. You get the dark greens. So there's a lot of kind of fun, cool spotting and markings that are going on.
So now I'm going to allow you to correct me on this, because if I'm wrong, I want to be corrected. These are not hardy outside?
Not hardy outside in the Northwest. So they do
a great houseplant, though.
They're an excellent houseplant. What we love about them is they're such an easy care plant. So they're not wilting down and drying out super quickly. So they're very resilient. So we've had some of these just sitting in a windowsill where forgot to water it for a month or 2.
And it was fine.
They'd kind of dry out, soak them up, and they
and then if you see that happening, you go, oh, I haven't watered this in a while. They're awfully forgiving as well, though, once they get water.
They do, and so they will rehydrate themselves and kind of come back up out of that.
So show me a couple of ideas of what we can do.
So, you know, so we've done these, you know, these little polar bear and little elephant planters.
Yeah.
These work great in here because a lot of times you have these small little pockets where you don't have a lot of room for growth. So even though they have a lot of root system on it, they're not growing very fast, so they stay very compact, and they're not requiring a lot of the water. So they are excellent choices in here for going inside the house, for sitting on a desk, in a windowsill, places like that.
And then what about sun? Do they want
sunlight?
Sun?
They do like the sunshine. So I would not put them in a deep dark closet or bathroom or something like that. So they do want a kind of a bright window or a bright sunnier spot.
Nice.
We'll get
Well, then
better
I
color.
notice on this one too, Ryan, that this looks like it's pupping. Is that how they will expand?
It does. So that's kind of how we do a lot of the divisions on them. So as they grow and get older, they will start sending out these little pumps, kind of like your hens and chicks.
Right.
So we have the
Right,
big one in
yeah.
the center. They'll get these. So these can be, with time, you can divide out, tease apart the roots and pull this off, and you would have an additional
And a whole
plant.
new plant,
One,
yeah.
2, 3, half dozen plants or so would be able to come off of this one, and then replant them, and eventually they'll just keep growing and dividing out.
And a lot of garden centers now carry your products, and I love that you have done with this a selection in one flat for people.
Yeah, so we've been, we're growing over 14 different varieties, and then there's more in the pipeline too, but on our availability this week, there's 14 different varieties. We're like, well, that's kind of a lot for any one
Right,
place
right.
to want to carry that many. So we put together mixes like this that the garden centers can bring in. So these are all accessible to garden centers, or we also will sell them online.
Well, I was going to say, you guys now really have started selling things online, so people not only in our region, but literally all over
Right.
can get these great plants.
Right. We always like to promote the local garden centers that are
course you
carrying
do,
our
yeah.
products, but we get requests all the time from people across the United States that see your product or know our name. They would like, how can we get your plants?
Wonderful.
And so we do have an online store that we do promote these, and we'll send them out that
Sounds
way.
good to me. Well, every time we come out here, we always find something we ourselves like and is new and different. So for more information on whether you want to buy them online at places or the locations that you can go yourself and pick them out yourself, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Ryan, my buddy, thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks, William.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru. Your way on the Parkway.
They had to take the car, they had to get it open with the jaws of life, take me out on a backboard, took me to a Trauma One center. I absolutely feel like the Subaru saved my life.
Well, we trust Capital. We trust our salesperson here, Jackie.
Jackie's great. I believe that she really cares about us.
She teaches me about the Subaru.
Our way on the Parkway.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Locally grown, fresh from the farm, festive and magical. Your holiday season begins at Owl's Garden and Home. Join us for our Evening of Lights. Shop Christmas ornaments from designer decorated trees, delight in poinsettias fresh from our local farm, try ice apples and other tasty treats, and enjoy savings throughout the store. Welcome the joys of the season with your whole family. Come celebrate our Evening of Lights at Owl's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville.
Well, I think everyone's fall favorite plant or flower is the chrysanthemum, and I am at an amazing chrysanthemum garden. I'm with Tamara, and Tamara, you're actually an organization of mum people.
Yes, we are the Portland Chrysanthemum Society.
And these are just amazing, but these aren't like the mums we see at all the nurseries this time of year. What do you call these?
These are exhibition mums.
Amazing. And so I can see that there may be just a little bit more work than growing the mums, the kind of cushion mums.
A little more work, yes.
So how do you start with those?
We get rooted cuttings from King's Mums in Oklahoma, and then we pinch them and we fertilize them and grow them up, and then we plant them and get them on sticks to keep them tall and straight. We disc bud them.
Is that what gives you that big main flower?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
You get one big main flower, and it's
Amazing.
Spectacular.
It is. And then can you tell us a couple of the different forms, because there's almost like, I don't know, I'm seeing 10 different forms right here.
Yeah, there are basically 13 forms, but there's one category called exotic, which is a blend of
Sure.
those that don't fit into any other particular one. This is a number 3. It's called a regular incurve. This type is an anemone.
Aw.
There's also the reflexes. The reflex, they come out and reflex down.
Sure.
And then this one right here is
That bronzy one?
The bronzy one here. This is a spider.
Wow. That is amazing. And I know that there's one just a little bit farther away that you showed us the difference between a spray and then what you do to make just that show. And so that difference there again.
That difference is that I let only 3 stems come up and I disc bud it down to 3 large blooms. the other one I let go to spray, and you get 25 little blooms. So they're still the same form, but they're just much smaller.
And really, so these are, some of them are like 6 feet tall, but you can do shorter ones too. If my garden's a little bit smaller, I can do shorter ones.
You can, and that's what these ones here are. I planted these, and I gave them a application of a product called B9. And B9 is a growth regulator, so it keeps them nice and short. And we even take them down a little further and and do one like this.
Look at that.
And this is what we call a fukusuka, and it's the Japanese style of doing little doll heads. So you'll have a great big flower on a very short plant.
That is amazing. And so, but even now you have them under cover. So why are they under cover this time of year?
To keep the rain off them. The rain can damage them very easily, and also the wind can knock them around. So you can see that you've spent 7 months growing them. You don't want to lose them now to the weather.
Right.
So that's why they're under cover now.
And you know, there is a special event going on today and tomorrow, and so I want to go over and talk to Conrad about this special event.
Okay.
Well, all these beautiful flowers have been a tease to us, but there is a way to see them, and I'm with Conrad. And Conrad, your society is having a big show this weekend, aren't you?
That's correct. Today and tomorrow at Portland Nursery on 90th and Division. This is going to be our 80th year.
Wow.
And since 1939, we're the oldest society in the United States.
Wow.
And at our show this weekend, both today and tomorrow, again, you can see not only these beautiful flowers, but we're also going to have lots of them for sale.
Oh, so I can do them at home. That's wonderful.
That's correct. And as Tamara showed you, the little small ones, we actually applied B9 to a lot of these to keep them small so that people could have a chance to buy these this year.
And so there's going to be a class today too.
That's correct. From 1 to 2, Tamara and I will be giving a presentation on how to grow mums from start to finish, and there will also be a PowerPoint presentation for a visual as well.
That's going to be so much helpful because we're going to need it because we want to grow them just as beautiful as you guys do.
And everyone can do this.
That's great. Thank you for that advice. Well, if you have any questions, please go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the website, and you can come out today and tomorrow to the Portland Nursery on Division, see all these flowers, and then also get lots of information. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful event.
Thank you.
This week's plant pick is brought to you by Little Prince. Our plants won't croak.
Located in the heart of Willamette Valley's hops, hazelnut, and wine country, Caddy Farms is a beautiful option for your upcoming wedding or event. Enjoy the diverse venue the over 40-acre farm offers, with manicured gardens, a private forest and spacious meadow, chef's kitchen, and covered patios. All just 5 minutes off of I-5 in Aurora, Oregon. Caddy Farms, now booking upcoming events.
At Blooming Junction, fall isn't about winding down, it's about getting ready. In the garden, start the next season off right now. Fall plantings produce healthier, more robust, and drought-tolerant plants than those planted in spring or summer. In the kitchen, get ready for the holidays with fresh, organically grown produce from our fields. So, whether it's for the garden or for the kitchen this season, Blooming Junction is your place for quality, uncommon plants and produce for your home and garden.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Well, I am standing here in a beautiful store called Terra Casa, and I'm here with Diana. And Diana, I know we're going to talk about lights, but I just wanted to make clear, this isn't like the traditional concept of Christmas lights. This is a whole new twist on holiday lights, isn't it?
This is a real fun way to light up your home. And they're small, but they are very spectacular, and they get a lot of attention when they're on a shelf or somewhere in your home.
Exactly. So let's just jump right in and tell me about these, because I've seen them, but not like this.
Well, we have a lot this year. So these are gaining in popularity. They're water lanterns, and they're the new version of a snow globe. They, many of them come with a USB plug that you can keep them plugged in so you don't have to keep putting batteries in them.
Wow.
Many different themes, many different colors. You've got Santas, you've got snowmen, you have nativity, you have carolers, you have dogs, there's phone booths, there's even a working television here that plays and
Oh, my
plays
goodness.
music, and it's just so adorable.
That is.
So they're just super fun, and a lot of people are buying them for their elderly parents in homes,
Right,
because
right.
it's a good way for them to have something that's bright
Without
and
doing
fun.
a huge decorating
exactly,
thing. Yes,
yeah.
that is perfectly sensible. And so many styles. I mean,
So many.
It's amazing how many
Crazy
there are.
how many there are, right? And there's churches, and oh, they're so sweet and they're so fun, and they're mesmerizing me because you
start watching
the
them.
glitter in them lights up, and you just keep watching it.
It's
Why you don't
absolutely
have to
lovely.
shake them anymore.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And that was my job as a kid.
Yeah,
We get
yes.
tired. Now, tell me about these beautiful things back here.
So these are the Stony Creek lighted candles, but they are not a candle. There's actually LED bottle brush lights inside each one.
Wow.
And they can also go on a shelf, on your mantle. You can put a row of them up. And they all have a little theme. There's cardinals, and there's birch trees, and snowmen. And it's just another way to have a little bit of warm light in your home.
And one of the things I love about these is that they can even go before and beyond Christmas.
Exactly.
And yet they look holiday-like.
They're holiday, but they're winter. So they
Right,
carry on
right.
over through even January, February. Yeah, you can leave them out.
And then one of the things that I've seen, Diana, in your location here are these small to large, I would call them painting pictures, but they sparkle.
They're lighted canvas prints.
Wow.
So they take a canvas print, they put little holes in it, and then they put LED lights behind them, and they can either stay static or flash, and there's programs on them, and you put them on your wall, and you have a moving picture all evening long.
Again, that's something like you said about these. I go over and I see them, and I tend to just stare at them. They kind of mesmerize me to watch.
There's a lot of different things to look at here that light up.
Well, you know, Diane, I have to say that every single year, for I don't know how long now, we've come out here, we've talked to you about stuff, and then that's all about this wonderful annual event that's happening. Tell me about it again.
Oh, it's starting today. So this is our annual holiday open house. This is our big kickoff to the holiday season. It's 2 days only, 20% off your entire purchase.
Really?
We have very few exclusions, but regular store hours, Saturday and Sunday, Saturday 10 to 6 and Sunday 11 to 5. And we'll have cookies and punch on Saturday, and it's very festive and fun, and come join us. It's going to be a great weekend.
And I have to say that I have actually been to this event, and it really is a wonderful time. So if you're saying to yourself, okay, I've been there before and I love it, I'm going to go back. Or if you're saying, I've never been there before, but clearly I need to try and go out there, all you have to do is go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Diana, my friend, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you,
the
William.
happiest of holidays.
Thank you, you too.
Well, thank you all so much for spending time with us today. And we wanted to remind you, do not forget about the wonderful Evening of Lights events happening at all 4 Owls locations.
So for more information about the Owls events going on, or for all the events going on during the holidays, please go to gardentime.tv.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. And don't forget, we're going to do this again next week, right here on Garden Time.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.